Welcome to All Things Real Estate with Andrea Hilliard Cooksey. Today, my name is Adrienne Ebell, and I am the proud co-host for today. I am so excited. This has been a long time coming, and it is finally here. Can y'all help me welcome to the stage, her stage, the wonderful Andrea Hilliard Cooksey.
Thank you, thank you.
That's people cheering. No?
Okay.
Ovation. Wherever you are, give her a standing ovation. If you're watching this, you probably already have encountered her. She just sold your home, listed your home, helped buy a home, got some land for you. Whatever the case may be, she's probably had something to do with your life. And so we are glad to have you on the world stage. Finally, people get a chance to talk about all things real estate with you, because you, in my book, you are the guru. There's no one else, in my opinion. So let's talk today. First of all, we need to let the audience know that you are a published author of the wonderful book, which we do have with us today, Mastering the Real Estate Highway of Success. And I am so excited because you really gave us the blueprint about real estate. And even though it was a overview, you gave us a real good bird's eye view that we can hone in on and take those necessary exits into real estate. So my question is, why did you decide to write that book?
Well, I think the book came about because I've been in the business 46 plus years. And as I practice the business, I look at the new agents, the seasoned agents, everybody that's involved with real estate. They're all over the place. And the pandemic changed the dynamics like overnight. Yeah. And it was during that time that meeting you got me back on track. It's something that I've been trying to put together for years prior to you. And there were probably 2-3 other versions out there that never made it to the published stage. So this one, I'm proud to say, is a journey. It's part of my journey. These are the different components of real estate that I actually experienced as I go through my real estate journey. I'm still going through my journey. And in real estate, it changes. Yeah. And when the real estate market change, you change.
Absolutely.
I don't care if you like to do it or you did this 2 years ago or 5 years ago. You have to be knowledgeable about what's going on in today's market.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one of the things that you taught me as a licensed agent now, thanks to you and your training and your tutelage over the last few years, what you've taught me is there's so many different exits to experiencing real estate. It's just not selling houses. It's just not homes. It's commercial. It's land. It's counseling. It's all of these different lanes. And so when people pick it up, it is on Amazon. Go and get it. You can get it on print and on Kindle. So make sure you go get it. What will they learn after reading your book?
Well, they will see the diversity in real estate. It's not one shoe fit all. Yeah. It's basically it's a basic form of business because every millionaire, billionaire, their resources, if you go back through the pages, they're all connected to real estate of some kind. Right. Whether they buying, owning, investing, whatever they're doing with it, real estate is connected. Mm-hmm. And in my book, I'm showing you those different lanes. If you're a professional trying to get into business, because I get new agents that come all the time, they see different parts of real estate. It may be the glamorous part or selling to the athletes or picking people up in limousines. I mean, it's different versions, but does that fit your market and are you in that market?
That's good.
So you have to know the business. And it's basic understanding. Your family assets are connected to real estate. So it's important that people have a general understanding of the business of real estate because it is a business.
Absolutely. So make sure you stop. Go to Amazon.com, get the Mastering the Real Estate Highway of Success. I promise you it's going to give you exactly what you need. So I want to talk about this podcast, this platform that we've been running towards for the last couple of years, and we're finally here, right? So what should people expect after encountering your podcast?
I want them to feel comfortable about being involved with real estate. I would like to be able to give them knowledge that they can pick up that they didn't expect to. They may have questions or things that they may have thought about that was one way, but then when they hear the actual facts or, just follow us on what we're saying and what we're doing, it gives them a different idea of how maybe they could accomplish their personal real estate goals. So it will be all things about real estate. We'll be talking about the different things you should do to protect your assets, the different things you can do to make money with your assets. Or if you just green level, just should I be buying or should I be renting? That's a big question that's in the atmosphere today. So we will be covering those different topics in a relaxed, comfortable atmosphere, because you're not gonna let me be all stuffy. It's gonna be just laid back information.
Absolutely. And I think it's important because you give me the information laid back. Sometimes people talk over your head and you're just like, I don't know what you just said, right? but you're able to tell us this is this. If you have $100,000, do this. You're able to give us real time success in the moment. Now you do talk about the long game in real estate. Can you talk about the long game? Because I think that's a real big missing piece that people don't understand. There is a long game in real estate.
It's a long game. Short games are when people want to make immediate money. They trying to buy this house, flip this house, and go. But if you're building a real estate portfolio, if you want to put real estate that's going to pay you generational down the line, that's the long game.
Yeah.
You're buying things, it may be a little more sacrifice to holding on to it, but at people, what's your ultimate goal?
Yeah.
At this point, at this stage of the game, I'm part of the new old folks. So,
y'all heard that she said she is part of the new
I'm
old
part of the
folks.
new old folks. I mean, I've been doing this, so things that I look at and do today, has some has a shorter cash out period. Others I'm preparing for my daughter, my grandson, so it depends on what you're actually doing.
Absolutely.
What are your goals?
Absolutely. And I appreciate that. And I think that's what you do well, is when you're working with clients, you let them know, even if they're just getting advice, you let them know these are the pros, these are the cons, but this is how you win in real estate or in this particular transaction, or this is how you lose. You're gonna miss money. You're gonna lose money if you do this. And some people just ignore you and do it anyway.
Of course. That's how it go.
They ignore you and do it anyway. And I feel like with this podcast, I think it's going to help people have a reference point that they can go back to and say, let me go back and see what she said about this particular thing. So I think that's what I'm most excited about. This is chronicling. Now, I don't know how we're going to be able to get all 46 years of information, but we're going to try our best to pull it out of you because you have so much in your head going on.
Well, and expect that we will have guests.
Yes.
We're going to bring industry professionals in that's actually doing some of the things in today's current market.
Yes, ma'am.
Because what you did 5 years ago may not be relevant to right now.
That's right.
And what's out there? What's available? There are a lot of things out there now that were not there when I started 46 years ago.
Right.
Whoever heard of getting $50,000 to help you buy a house? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You had to have your money.
Right.
46 years ago, period.
Right.
In the sentence.
Yeah, and people are talking about high interest rates. You were selling houses at...
Oh, look. I know today's market is, say, 6-7%. In 1981, rates were 22%. Work that out. And they were still buying. Trying to hurry up and buy because, let me hurry up and get something. So the market changes. You change, but people still bought houses. So, I would just say real estate is still fluid. It still happens. It still pays you.
Yeah.
You can lose. You can win. But it's a viable source of living.
Yes. And it's not going anywhere.
No.
It's here to stay.
No.
It's here to stay. So speaking of real estate, and it's not going anywhere. So you have people during the pandemic that went to get their license and, they're new agents, and they were on social media seeing people close the athletes, close the millionaires and the billionaires doing the luxury real estate and et cetera. So what is that one thing that you need? I want 3 things that every new agent need to understand about real estate.
Real estate will give you what you put in it. That's number 1. Okay, if you don't train, don't wake up, don't go to the office until 12 o'clock, but you go to lunch at 2 o'clock, you make no appointments, you're not going to get any money.
Period.
Stop it. So you have to put into it what you want out of it. You have to make a determination, and this is something that I know we're working on within my office now, determining what type of business you want as a realtor.
Yes.
Okay, because everybody does not want the same thing.
That's right.
If you are just trying to make a little quick money to the side, well, there may be a different part of real estate, because it's not going to be quick without you being trained. Okay? If you are looking to make this a career, this is a very good career, and it can pay you, but you must work it like a business. And if you don't work it like a business, you won't get the money.
Yeah, because some people are doing it like a hobby.
Oh, well, they think they're driving Uber. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but they think they can just, call up and call a commission in. It's like that does not work like that.
Right.
And understand that real estate is about relationships. Yes, okay, your friends and family will be your first clients as a new real estate person. Because nobody knows you, right? And a lot of people have to understand, if you are an accountant today, people know you worked at JCPenney's, or they know you're an accountant, you work for H&R Block. That's what they know you as.
Right.
So it's going to be the first year of rebranding yourself so that people know that you sell real estate. The most disheartening thing for new agents is, don't get mad at your cousin that invites you to the new home barbecue and they didn't know you sold new homes.
Well,
so that means you didn't have a magnet on the refrigerator letting them know every time you open this door. Now, if you're thinking about moving, call me.
That's right.
So go on to the open house, eat the barbecue, and try to sell somebody in the yard something. That's all I can say. So it's about relationships.
Absolutely.
And those are some things it's about relationship. Real estate is a people business.
Yes.
Oh, that's the other thing. I gotta say this: if you don't like people, I'm not sure real estate is your style.
It's not for you.
Please, you really don't want to talk to nobody.
Absolutely.
You really don't want people to talk to you. Please look for an assistant. The back end of real estate, because there are back ends.
Absolutely.
We need good back end support.
Right.
And so,
like transaction coordinator.
Yes, somebody that's going to be
like
behind
that.
the scene. You really don't want to talk to people.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So just know that's a different thing. That's a different payday too.
Right.
So because you're not out there, so you're going to get the back end money. You can't get the top end money if you don't want to be out there.
Right.
So just saying, you got to kind of like people.
Absolutely. And I love that you're always letting us know about how much you can get paid. And you cover that in the book, like not necessarily the dollars and cents of it, but just kind of where it stands, where you stand with it. If you're doing, let's say, counseling, credit counseling, or financial literacy, or whatever the case may be, you may get a check for it, but closing on $1 million property or even $100,000 property, it's a different payout.
It's a different payout. It's a different work ethic. It's just different. And you get paid for the services you provide. And so if you're, and sometimes you don't get paid for everything.
Oh. Well, that's another episode. I don't want to know about that.
You building relationships,
right?
And I've got to give credit to Coach Burke. We took a coaching session, and his thing was, he says, money changes hands when problems are solved.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's a true statement. I mean, when you're helping people solve their problems, that could be opportunities for you to possibly get paid.
Absolutely. And the other thing about real estate, even if I have a marketing background and a finance background, I was able to bring all of those backgrounds into this business without me having to totally rebrand my entire self. And I think with all of the different lanes in real estate that you will coach us through over these next few episodes, I think the thing that you helped us understand at our brokerage, you help us understand you can be as broke as you want to be, or you can be as paid as you want to be.
Exactly.
But you got to put in the work.
Got to put it to work.
It's a numbers game at the end of the day.
Yes, it is.
So can you talk about that it's a numbers game?
Well, that's just it. You have to make so many connections because not every connection is going to be a paid connection. So the more people you're in front of, the more people that know you sell real estate, the more of an opportunity one will possibly get to contract to closing.
Right.
But you want, if you don't, one thing that I tell the agents in the office, I said that if you don't have any appointments, don't worry about a check.
Right.
It's not gonna happen.
Right.
So if you've never met anybody, you've never you have no interaction, there's no reason for you to expect a check.
Absolutely.
You have not done the work.
Absolutely.
So it requires you to get up. It requires you to make appointments. Try to get engaged with as many people. That's the key word, engage. You just knowing people, because we have a little exercise that I tell people they need to pass out 30 cards, like 1 card a day or 5 cards a day. I got a formula.
Yes.
But one person did pass out the cards, and they said, well, I passed out the cards. I said, well, how many names and numbers and emails did you get? Oh, I didn't get any. I just passed out the card. I was like, okay. That's
Maybe
not
we
working.
should have said exchange cards. Right.
Engage.
Right.
Like give your card and try to extract some information. So just going out doing the activity, but you're not engaging or working up opportunities to be engaged, because not every area is an engagement. In some situation, you are just giving a card.
That's right.
But your goal is to try to capture at least 5 new people a day. If you talk to 5 new people a day, one of those may be a real relationship.
Absolutely. And another thing that you taught us as we prepare to close is you teach anybody, whether they're with your brokerage or not, what you teach is every interaction counts. It may not be a sale, but it may be a lead to a sale. They may sell no houses with you or list no properties with you, but maybe someone in their camp will. And you end up having $1 million deal from a connection, right? And exactly. So you talk about maximizing your connections as a new agent.
Absolutely.
So listen, I'm excited. This was great. I am so excited that we had this inaugural All Things Real Estate with Andrea Hilliard Cooksey. Any final remarks before we go?
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to great things, great information, and hopefully it will improve someone's thoughts about real estate.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for joining us. Until next time, it'll be All Things Real Estate with Andrea Hilliard Cooksey.